Okay, so now we're gonna take off the side panels and the center panel, which is what we gotta do to replace the air filter. I'm about 1,000 miles early on my maintenance, but I'm here, I'm doing it. I thought I was gonna have to take a panel off to do the turn signal till George showed me the easy way. And if you take one panel off, you might as well take them all off. If you're taking them all off, you might as well do your air filter. So I was just gonna do it all. Okay.
Start with the tank.
We have to start with the tank panel, and there are 2 screws, one on each side, right here. And these are all T25s. We don't have to take the cap off though, do we?
You got a T30 way down there.
Oh, a T30 way down there. Of course we do. Right down there, there's a T30. So of course, all of the bolts are T25 except for one. That seems fair, doesn't it? And it's almost a blind screw. You can hardly see it.
And it likes to rust.
Great. And don't drop it, because if it doesn't come out, you'll never find it. It's hard to see, but I've got my finger on it. I'm keeping pressure on it so that when it comes loose, I can kind of slide it up.
If you have a factory tank bag, that's the bracket. That's the screw that holds the tank bag bracket.
Wow, it really is long. Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. There we go. There it is. And that's the only thing we need the T30 for. Is there an easy way to get to these, or we just gotta kind of...
There is an easy way to get to that.
A very small...
You use a little thumb wheel.
Look at that.
Or if you're on the road, you use your 90 degree.
Yeah, you do it with like an Allen wrench.
Yeah.
Now, are all of these bolts that we're about to take out, these little panel bolts, are they all the same length?
Yes.
Okay. So I can just stick them all in my pocket.
Yes. Stick it in your pocket.
And there's a just short little screw. This is the exciting part about watching the sausage get made.
We never exceed the undue amount of rad ice per minute.
Well, actually, I'm going to need that to put them back in. The other 2 center panel bolts are here, and you can see I've taken the seat off. To take the seat off, I had to take the left side saddlebag off. So it's a whole thing. That's very snug. I think I've only had this center panel off once before.
Probably to do an air filter.
Probably to do the air filter, yeah. Oh, that bolt is longer.
Is it?
So George is already lying to us. He's a well-known liar. Oh, they're both like that. They're both like, there's a lot of resistance to them coming out. I wonder if they're screwed into plastic. Do you remember when I broke this thing? Oh yeah, it's just a little crooked. That's why there was so much tension. So now that this is undone, it's clipped into these side things. So you just kind of have to wiggle it. You wiggle and grunt, and it comes out. You might hear some snaps and pops. See there, it's got little ridges around it. But there's your center panel. This is the color thing for your bike. This in the beak. Are those the only things that are the color?
Yep.
Yeah. Is the beak really? Yeah, the beak. So this in the beak, if you want to change the color of your bike, these are the 2 things you need to replace. Here's a safety tip. Always put your panels down in a safe place. And this is a good chance to check the spacers and the grommets and all of the things. And we'll put a little grease on these grommets so they go back in nice and easy. So now that all the screws are out, we're gonna take the lid off. And in case it's all dirty like this, don't turn it over. Spread these out just a little bit. Grab the sides. Do it in stages. You don't have to rush. There you go. It's out. Now we can clean this before we put it back in. Now you take off the surround. This is the thing that just squeezes the air filter down, and you can't put it on backwards because it's the same both directions. That's some high quality engineering right there.
It is.
And now the air filter pops right out. And as George will tell you, don't turn it over, because if there's debris trapped in there, you'll dump it straight into your air box, and you don't want it there. So take it away. And you can see this is kind of dirty. I definitely would needed to change it at 70,000, but it doesn't break my heart that I'm doing it a little early. So I'm not gonna cry about it too much. Here's the new air filter in its box. Whoops, upside down. So if you're looking for the part number for, mine is a 2015. This will also fit on the 14s and 16s and 17s. It's the same air filter, but always check the number with your dealer or your parts manual. There's the nice, clean, shiny new air filter. It just sits right down. It's got a little groove. And and then the squeezer goes down on top of it. So it doesn't have to be super spick and span. You can just make it spick. And George actually wanted me to point out that if you're doing this on an RT, this tab goes somewhere in one of the things. This is the fuel tank. But on the GS, it just goes down. So you don't have to do that, worry about that on the GS. You do have to remember to kind of work it in one side and then the other, and then it goes right down. And we're gonna put the screws back in and we'll be all done. George recommends a little dab of goo on the screws.
Very little.
Here, why don't you just do them all and we'll watch in rapt fascination.
Because these go into brass fittings and they do like to get a little corroded sometimes.
Look how nicely they stand up on their ends. So this just helps keep them from getting stuck.
It's just a little bit of lubrication to keep them from spinning in those, spinning the brass fittings.
And what is this stuff? Aluminum paste.
It's your anti-seize, never seize, whatever you want to call it. Crap that gets everywhere.
So before we put the center panel back on, we're gonna lightly lubricate these posts so that the grommets fit back over them nice and easily. But before we do that, the air filter's done. You put on the center panel and you're done.